Hello people of the internet. This is my end of the month colouring video, end of the month show, I don't know what I call it. Basically it is me encapsulating everything that I bought colouring related in a month and everything, my completed colouring pages, so it's kind of like an amalgamation of two videos. I do it this way because number one, I don't buy much, and number two, I don't colour much. Woohoo! I know some people do an amazing amount of colouring and that's not me. Now, I'm recording this earlier than the end of the month because by the time you see this I'm probably on a social media break. Various reasons which I'm not going to go into today, but I might go into another point. But yeah, I'm probably on a break. So I'm recording this early. So first of all, I actually thought that I wasn't going to get anything this month at all because I'd got all the way to the 14th of February and I'd bought nothing and nothing had come in to, nothing had been sent to me, which was great. Oh, and on that note of that I hadn't bought anything, in my last video, a lady commented that she loved my complicated exceptions to my no-buy, which I didn't think I did have complicated exceptions to my no-buy. My no-buy is I am not buying anything. I have one exception, which is I'm allowed to buy one colouring book a month if I really, really want it, so as to not totally deprive myself. And the reason why I bought that rule in was because of the Denise Klepp book that's coming out later in the year, which I'm really going to want, and I'm not going to, not buy it. So I didn't really think that was a complicated exception, i.e. I'm not buying anything apart from one book a month if I really want it. But I guess if it is too much of a complicated rule, I just won't buy any books, full stop. So I'll probably ask for the Denise Klepp book for my birthday anyway. So sorry if my rules were complicated and confusing people. I'm on a no buy, a no spend. I'm not spending any money on colouring materials, full stop. Okay, so I'd got to the 14th, and then on the 14th, Valentine's Day, well actually on the 13th, on the Saturday, my husband bought me this. Well, if you're watching this bit of video, I am inserting this in the end of the month video that I do. It is the day before Valentine's Day, Sunday the 13th, and I am my husband has bought me this for Valentine's Day, so this part will be included in my what came in to my life this month, and it is a desky thing that when I can stand, I'm standing now, but also if I sit, look, it's just, I'm straight, my back is straight, so it's kind of like one of those, it turns my desk into, sorry the sun's shining, into one of those kind of elevated desky things, which is fabulous. And these go down so you can have it shorter or taller, and the angle can be changed, and you can use it on your lap in a bed scenario. It is a multi-talented desky slopey thing that my husband has bought for me to help my back scenario. Now right now I can't pull the video because this is the videoing arm that I use and it won't go down, so I'll have to elevate that somehow if I stay on here, or maybe somehow hook the thing somewhere else, so the camera, maybe something here so the camera's here. If I use this for videoing on, I mean I might just use this for colouring, but if I'm doing a colouring chat or colour connect, then I need to use this and the video camera. I don't know, I'm sure I'll work it out. And I'm working on this as well, which is another part of my Valentine's Day gift from my husband. He bought me Camellia Androlacura's 50 Hearts to Colour, which I really wanted but I wasn't going to buy. Anyway, I've probably already covered that in the what I got this month, so this is just me videoing this bit while it's all set up and nice. Now, hopefully I've put a picture there and you can't just see my hands doing this. He bought me a really big angled desk thing that sits on top of your desk and angles up, and you can sit straight without having to bend forward and colour on it. And I set it up on the Saturday. He bought it for me for Valentine's Day, but he gave it to me on the Saturday. Well, he gave it to me as soon as it arrived because it came in a ginormous box. And it really helps. I can colour. My back isn't better, before anyone asks. It is getting better. I have had 2 physical therapist sessions, which means I can sit up a little bit straighter now than I was. But I still, if I lean forward for any, more than about 15 or 20 minutes, then I start to get pain. So yeah, so that's where we are. That's the status of the back. And so I hadn't received anything until he gave me this slope. Now once he gave me this slope, I was like, yeah, I started doing some colouring, which you'll see in a minute. Then on Valentine's Day, which was the next day, he gave me some books. Yay. Now he's such a darling. I had, I think, 2 books in my wish list, and then the other couple of books that he bought, he actually guessed. So this was the first book he bought, and I actually really wanted this book. It wasn't in my wish list. It's Camelia Angelikova's 50 Hearts to Colour, her newest mandala book, and I had seen it. I didn't know I'd coloured in it already. This is not in my coloured pile. I need to move this into my coloured pile. Pretend you didn't see that. Oh, look at that. I think I did that on Valentine's Day on my slope. Anyway, he bought me this, which is Camelia Angelikova's new mandala book. And I saw it and I really, really wanted it. But I didn't buy it because I only recently bought her other one, the Heart Valentine one. I much prefer this one, to the extent that this one, which is the one that I bought, is probably going to leave the house because I don't actually like the mandalas with pictures in the middle. See, there are some nice ones in here though. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but this was the one I already had, and I'd only just bought this in end of December. I bought it deliberately to colour in February and do some, romantic mandalas. Didn't know Camelia was going to bring out a new one. She did. Here it is, and this one is so much nicer. This one is just really up my street. I love the really heavy black lines in the background, and just there's no pictures in the middle. So this was the first book my husband bought me for Valentine's Day. This is the second book my husband bought me for Valentine's Day. Now this one was added to my wish list. You will see last month that I bought my first ever Hannah Lynn colouring book, and I loved it. And so I had a look through flip throughs of Hannah Lynn's other colouring books, and I added this to my wish list. And I liked it because it has got the doubles in it, double colours in it. They are slightly different. I don't know why. Look, her eyes are not shaded in that one and then shaded in that one. I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, I added this to my wish list because I'd bought the other one last month, and my husband bought this off my wish list. So that was the second book that came in. The third book that came in was Enchanted Faces. Same reason I'd added this to my wish list when I bought my first ever Hannah Lynn book in January, and my husband bought it from my wish list. Now the next book he didn't buy off my wish list. He knows that I like Colour Questopia, and I probably said to him, oh, Colour Questopia have got a new book out. It's a mandala. It's a mandala one. I probably would have bought it if I wasn't on a no spend. And so he went and he bought this as well. So just like the heart one, he bought this off of his own back. This wasn't on my wish list. But unfortunately, he bought me the white background one, and I have never had a white background one. the one where you do the lines. Now I said to him, oh, you've bought me the white background one. He said, I didn't, I ordered the black background one. He said, I saw that there was two and I ordered the black background one. So he went and had a look on his order on Amazon, and he had ordered the black background one. They had sent him the white one by mistake, and probably the reason why they did is because there is no difference to the front covers. Usually this says black background on it and this says nothing. And so he contacted Amazon and they sent him the correct one out, which is the one with the black background. They said he could keep this one, so I am going to colour in it. I'm going to colour in the black background with the white lines one for the first time ever at some point. But yeah, so I've got two zodiac mandalas, one with a white background. The next book that he bought me was the Kawaii Colour by Numbers by Colour Questopia. Now, he actually bought this for me. I didn't mention it to him. I didn't actually know it was out when he bought it. So it must have been when he was looking for this one. He bought this one as well because he probably saw that it was new. Now, would I have bought this one? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. When I was in my full buying phase and buying every Colour Questopia book that came out, I probably would have. In this era of not buying any more colouring books, probably not, but it is a cute one. I don't mind it. I will colour it. So I bought me that. And then the next book was on my wish list, which is The Magical Colour of Fairies by Angela Gonzalez. And I'd seen a flip through of this a while ago. Let's do it this angle. And I'd put it on my wish list then, which is, it's just a kind of this is probably, if I was to draw, how I would draw. Not probably how I would draw. This is how I do draw. This is kind of like how I draw. Me and my brother both draw similar like this. And yeah, he bought me this because it was on my wish list. He also bought me this, which wasn't on my wish list. It's by the same lady. And obviously when he bought this, it was like, when people buy this one is recommended. And I don't like this one so much. I mean, I didn't put this one on my wish list because it's all sea creatures and I'm not a massive fan of colouring sea snails and sea things. I mean, that one's alright. I mean, it's quite cute, but I don't think I'm ever going to colour in it. So this one is actually going to be sent back. We've set up a return for it to go back already because these wasn't particularly cheap, these books. I think they was around the nearly £10 mark. So this one is going. So I'm showing you that it came, but it is also going. And then, yeah, that was it. So they was the books that my husband bought me for Valentine's Day. So he basically bought me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and The Slope. Now that all happened in one day on the 14th of February. And I thought, wow, I went from no books to basically 6 books in one day. Then, the next day, I received a Palantine gift. Now, I don't think it was intentionally supposed to be a Palantine gift, but this arrived, I'm going to take the polythene off in a second, from my lovely friend in America, Nicole. She has a channel. She is Nicole's Happy Place. And she sent me this Colour It mandala book because she knew that I wanted it, but I was never going to pay the money that these costs in the UK to buy. So I haven't even undone this yet. It's still in the polythene. So I'm going to take the polythene off now, and this is going to be the first look at it. Oh, and I am excited. Now the reason why I would never buy these in the UK, I think I made a video once and someone said that they're really nice, they've got really good paper. And at the time they said it, I think they were about £18 in the UK, these books. And I was like, I would never pay £18 for a colouring book. They're now £31. I definitely won't pay £31. And so this has come all the way from America from Nicole. So there's the polythene off. let me put the little gift certificate in so I can remember that it was, let's put it there, Nicole that sent it to me. Just seeing what they're, oh they are thick. Oh, no. Still thick. It's interesting because I really didn't know what these papers were like. When I was asking in a video a while back, did anyone know of any mandala books that had really nice thick paper, because sometimes you want to do a bit of, yeah, a bit different, a bit of blending maybe. A lot of people recommended these. Not quite as thick as the paper in those Dutch books. It's a nice one. Got some nice oh, and they're perforated as well. That's nice. You can pop them out and stick them in frames. I'm not going to flick through the whole book, she says, flicking through the whole book. But there are some nice ones in there. Nice. I quite like the fact that it flips over as well, you know, because you can do that, can't you? And then, you know, hello, I'm doing some art. Lovely. So that's it. That's all the books that I got this month. So that is the end of my haul portion. Now, as you can see, all of them were gifts. I bought nothing myself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. 8 books. And yeah, okay. Now I usually do a what's leaving part at this point. You've already seen that this came and is going. But the rest of the leaving stuff I have actually sold on eBay a couple of my colouring books. So they've gone, but I didn't take any photos of them. And that's it, I think. I mean, as I said, I'm recording this early. So let's move straight on to the what I coloured segment. Okay, so the first thing that I coloured this month was this mandala, which was the random colour generator mandala that I did for the random colour challenge that I tag thing that I've set up. So yeah, there's a video about this one, but that was the first picture I coloured this month in February. Then I didn't colour anything for ages. In fact, I'm trying to remember if I even did that in February. I think I must have done. And I didn't colour anything for ages because of my back, like I told you. And then my husband bought me my slope, and so I started colouring. Didn't realise I hadn't finished it. Started colouring this. Look at this. It's so pretty. I must have started it with gel pens. It literally must have given me the book and the slope on the same day, and I was like, colour. So I'm going to put this to one side and finish it before the end of the month. So I will finish this in February. I then, my husband bought me this for Valentine's Day as well, and I have already coloured 3 in it. Let me find them. So that was the first one that I coloured, and that was using their colours, and I didn't really like how it came out. I think the purple's too dark. So then the next one I did was this one, and I used some more pastel shades in it to try and lighten it up. So where it said purple, I used some lighter shades, and didn't mind this one, it didn't come out too bad. And then the last one that I did was this one, where I pretty much used all my own colours. I think light blue, and possibly that's the only colour that's the right one. But yeah, I really liked how that came out. That's more my style than colour wise than that. I don't know why. I obviously like muted colours. I don't mind that one. I think the yellow's a bit wrong, but yeah. So I did 3 in this book. So I received this book this month, and I've coloured 3 in it already. I also received this book this month and have coloured 4 pictures in it already. So this was the first one that I did. I posted it on my Instagram. I think I actually did this one on Valentine's Day, because I did some little, it's got little heart sweetie things, and there is some glitter on it, but you're not going to be able to see. And I also have done a really subtle pastel background. Ooh, look at me. I've just realised I haven't zoomed you in. I usually have you much more zoomed in. Yeah, so I did that. And then, what was the next one I did? Yes, this one. Using all pastel colours again. Probably zoomed in too much. Yes. Done the background fully. Took me ages to work out what this was. I actually had to look up the front, find the girl's name, and then Google search and realise that this is a cropped down version of a mermaid girl and that's her tail. I thought this was like rocks in the background, you know, like the White Cliffs of Dover. So I gave her a purple tail. And then the next one, actually the next one I did was this one. You can see she's got a bit of a sunburnt face and a bit of a line there. That is not because I'm terrible at blending, that's because I left this in the conservatory and the sun faded her head. So I did this one with the green eyes and the pink hair, corally hair, and then the last one I've completed in this book is this one. No background done on this one yet, but yeah, I've just really liked grabbing this book and using my alcohol markers and doing some colouring. Didn't think I ever would. So I'm 4 in this one, so I received this book this month and I've completed 4 pictures in it already. Oh, I'm not keeping count. I usually keep count. Hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're at 8 so far. 8. Bearing in mind I didn't think I was going to do any colouring because I didn't start colouring really until the 14th. Then this stone mosaic book, which I got when did I get this? January? I think I got it in January. And I have coloured in this one. I like this book, it's really nice and therapeutic. When you've got a bad back and you can't get close to concentrate. 2, I like that one. Oops, I'm going to take the toilet paper out of that one. 3. And there seems to be a 4th. Oh yeah, 4th. 4th, which is that one. So I really like the way that that one came out. That one, I like that one. I didn't mind that one either. So 4 in that one. So I'm on, where's my pen gone? I'm on 12. Can't remember how many I did last month. And then I coloured in my hardback mandala book. Now I don't know what triggered me to colour in it. I wanted to try my galaxy markers in a book, which they're not called galaxy markers. They should be, because I keep calling them that. They're called, I made a video on them, the Marabou dual tip permanent markers, and I wanted to see whether they blended, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to use something with a bit of nicer paper than normal mandala paper. So I got one of these out. Now let's just say this paper is not great with alcohol markers. It literally sucks. I mean, all papers do, and this paper is really thick, like cardboard thick, Joanna Basford paper thick. And I thought I'd be able to have a little bit of work time and be able to do some blending. If you blend, it just seeps. It literally wicks across the paper. I did do a little bit of blending, you can see there on the blue and the green, but then I had to move away from doing the blending. And the colours that have been used in some way reflect that I had to cover up the blending, so I had to use sort of like browny colours to cover up the blending. But I ended up really liking out the way it came. It's a very much a kaleidoscopy sort of picture, and what I did was like the greens in the middle and then the bursts, and then the browns around the edges like the earth, and then I did some pops of red just to, I don't know. I really liked how it came out, to be quite honest, and it's my first in these books. I would not recommend using alcohol markers in this book, and I probably won't use alcohol markers in this book again. I might, but at least I know, you know, how much they seep across the page. But there you go, I have done one in this, well, if I was doing Danny Button's bingo, hardback book and first touching a book that's never been touched before. Now they're all the finished pages that I have done, 13. I think, because I'm not great at putting the books that I'm coloured into one side or making a list or anything. But I also have 3 on the go. So you've already seen the one that's on the go in here. Let me put a little tab in there. Because, as I say, I'm filming this early. We are quite a long way to the end of February. So I will finish this one before the end of February. And then I have these 2 on the go. Now this book, Nighttime Mandalas by Camellia Angela Cova, I've coloured in it once before. And it was this page, and I used fluorescent pens in it, and I think it came out magical. I love how bright it was and how vivid it was, and I wanted to do another one. So I started one, and it really wasn't coming out as good. I tried different fluorescent pens, and I didn't like how it was coming out. Just water-based pens, I think they were. And so I left it, and then I've come back to it with glitter markers, fluorescent glitter markers. And so this is basically, I've done some in black. I've actually blacked out some of the parts because I wanted this to sort of look like a peacock feather. Don't ask me why. And then this, I wanted these to be sort of separate. So that's pretty much, you know, once you've done one, you know, there's 9 segments in this one, so it's a bit of hard work. And then what I did in the middle is I blacked. It wasn't black. I've blacked a lot of the colours out because there was some there was 2 different shades of purple which I didn't like, so I've gone over that purple with black. See whether you can see if I zoom you in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so you can see that I've gone over with black glitter pen, and then this was also, these were orange, and I've gone over them in black as well. So yeah, I hopefully will finish this one by the end of the month, because it's a 9-piece mandala. Yes, I've got 9 segments. You do one, you go, yeah, that's not too bad. No, I ain't more. So I get old dip in and out of this one. I'm also not a fan of using neon gel pens because anything that's got that little bit of thicker opacity ink is, gel pen wise, is hard to use. Did a bit of blending, came out quite nice. But yeah, I will finish this one. I don't think it's going to come out as nice as the other one in this book, but yeah, I will finish it. Let me put a bit of paper in there. I don't like having any whip, so I do finish things. And then the third one that I've got on the go is in my Fairies in Dreamland book. Last month I fell back in love with this one, and then I am working on this one at the moment. So this one is lots of yellow flowers, and I'm using, can't really tell, but I'm using different yellows, pens, and dipping into this after work. Just how I love doing, you know, 10-15 minutes after work. And finishing that. So this one hopefully will be finished by the end of February. The 3 that I've just shown you, if they are finished, I'll show you at the I'll show you in March, or I'll pop them on my Instagram if I'm back on social media. Oh, and colouring wise, that's it, which isn't bad for me. So I completed for 13 and I've got 3 on the go. I also, I was going to say finished my swatch book, but I didn't. I basically, this has not been in any kind of particular good order for a while, mainly because I would do swatches and then I'd just stick the loose papers in, and some of the pens have gone now. So I literally went through and sorted out my swatch book. So all the alcohol markers are now in order and swatched. Any that I have to still swatch are, I've got blank sheets in there. These are, you know, water-based pens, and I've left spaces for water-based pens that I've got. And then move on to glitter pens, and then at the back we have the pencil section. I think it's got 1 page left at the back. Yeah, kinda. This is just a page with all my, you know, when I do these kind of things, the comparisons and the water-based tests and all that kind of stuff, she's got them in it. But I'm feeling like this is pretty much complete, which is handy because I'm not buying anything more. So if I don't buy anything more, it hasn't got anything, but stuff will leave, so this might thin out a little bit. And once I start playing with pencils, who knows, I might buy some more pencils. I don't know, but at the moment I'm happily using my stuff. And like I say, not buying anything, didn't buy anything this month. Hopefully that's not too complicated to understand. If someone sends me something, obviously. So that's it. Thanks very much for watching. I hope everyone's well, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care everyone. Bye.